quilting designs. Nothing stands between you and your creations, all to enhance your love of sewing. Solaris. See what possibility looks like.
Now we're ready to thread the needle on the Jazz 2. We're going to open the top cover and place our spool of thread on the spool pin, making sure we put the spool cap in place. If we take a look at the numbers on the machine, they're numbered 1 through 5. Those are indications of the steps that we go through to thread the needle. Our first guide is a silver guide, and we're going to slide that thread into position. Our next guide sits here, and how this guide works is the thread actually slides underneath. So I'm going to go to the right, I'm going to slide that thread underneath, and then there's a post that sits to the left of it. I want to make sure I go around that post. Now this is number 2. We're going to take the thread to the right of that guide. That's number 2. We're going to come down to number 3, and that basically just tells me I'm U-turning back up. Now when I'm threading, I always hold the thread in my right hand up by the spool, and my left hand is the leader with a thread to the needle. Now we're going to go to step number 4, or guide number 4, which is actually our take-up lever. So now I have to place a thread behind guide number 5. I found the easiest way is to grab that thread with my left hand, with my right hand, just slide it over that bar, and then pull on that thread, and it's in position. Right above the needle, there's another guide, and I do the same thing. Slide that finger in, and I'm going to take that thread, and I'm going to slide it, and then just gently pull. Final step is the needle. I'm going to lower that presser foot, and what that does is it puts tension on that thread so that I know that when the needle threader engages, it's going to grab that thread and thread the eye of the needle. The next thing I do is I always make sure that my needle is in the up position, so I use the button that raises and lowers the needle. So to thread the eye of the needle, we're going to pull down the needle threading lever, and as we do that, you'll notice that there's a silver hook that appears. I'm going to slide the thread underneath that hook and then over the top of it, and I do that by bringing the thread in my right hand to the right. Now continue to pull that needle threader down, and as I do that, what you'll notice is that there's 2 prongs that are now going to be positioned on the outside of the needle with a little prong on the that goes through the eye of the needle, and that prong is what actually pulls your thread through the eye. I'm going to position my thread underneath those 2 forks, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to release the needle threading lever, and it pulls the thread through the eye. There's the thread through my eye, and now I'm going to gently pull that thread, or continue to pull that thread through the eye of the needle. Now my needle is threaded and I'm ready to sew.
From light years ahead to light years beyond. Introducing the Brother Luminaire 2 and Novus XP2, the second generation of the brilliant Luminaire, featuring revolutionary stitch vision technology for virtually perfect stitch positioning and more precise previews of your designs and stitches. And now, with the Novi Plus technology, you can stop your stitch exactly where you want with the endpoint sewing function. Plus, enjoy virtually unlimited design options with the enhanced My Design Center, with 42 decorative fills inspired by geometric shapes, basket weave, leaves, and bubbles, to elevate the built-in designs or create unique ones. The Luminaire 2 is filled with even more brilliant technology to let your creativity shine, like 2 new app-based features: My Design Snap for wirelessly transferring line art or illustrations from your mobile device to your machine, and My Stitch Monitor for remotely keeping tabs on the progress of your embroidery. Plus, choose from 5 bold hexagon shapes to give you more options for your embroidery and quilting projects. And 5 2-color quilt sash designs, perfect for eye-catching colorful borders. And single or triple stitch options for quilt sashing to let your stitches stand out. All working together to take your projects beyond beautiful, lighting up your world and theirs. The Luminaire 2 and Novus XP2, light years beyond.